What's going on, socialites? Ryan here, Commissioner, Global Pokemon Society Draft League, bringing you a Week 6 review for the Draft League. Let's get right into it. Taking a look at the minor leagues here. Not too much really changing in the standings. The teams that have been winning, your Slowkings, your Primals, your Scrafties, they continue winning. Diamond Desert gets a win, bumping them over 500. And then the bottom half of the bracket, still there. As you see, there were no changes this week. Zero. Everyone stayed where they were. We got a couple of good matchups coming soon. In the next couple weeks, the Primals and the Scrafties will be facing off against each other. And a couple of these bottom teams do have a chance to at least give a L to the Slowkings before playoffs. But it all comes down to the playoffs here in a couple weeks for the minors, because all 8 teams make the playoffs. You want to get out of that first round. That gives you an opportunity to try and get to the majors. And then, of course, if you win the championship, you get a guaranteed major spot plus the #1 overall pick in the majors draft for next season. So a lot right on the line. A lot of these teams want to step up to the majors and prove they got what it takes. Now let's take a look at the top performing Pokemon here. Medicham, despite getting no KOs and getting knocked out once, still sitting on top. Sandslash is catching up though. Magnetar had a very good week as well. Magnetar, I don't know. I don't know why I called that. Magnetar. People like it when it's pronounced that way. Catching up as well. So yeah, pretty standard stuff here. We see a lot of Primals and Scrafties, a couple of Desert Dwellers on there. So really good to see those teams taking names. All right, now to the bread and butter, the majors. Sitting there, all alone at the top. Your Boston Braviaries, the lone undefeated team after Tuscaloosa, finally takes an L. If you missed any of the battles this week, majors or minors, definitely check out the playlist for Season 7. Make sure you're all caught up. Some really good battles, actually. Some very close ones for sure. But yeah, ever since Season 3, we've had one team exactly go undefeated every regular season. So we'll have to see. Can Boston close it out? We will surely try. So we see, though, there that Oklahoma did overtake Tuscaloosa after their loss for the second place. Denver in 4th place, Pittsburgh in 5th, PSG loses to Denver, so now they've lost 2 in a row. They've been sliding ever since they were in 2nd place a couple weeks ago. Charm City gets that big win over Tuscaloosa. Then we got a couple 3-3 teams here, Lamertown and Vero. Before we go to the bottom half of the bracket, I do want to say that Pittsburgh and Lamertown were each docked 1 point, just because all 3 games of their match went to time, and 2 of them, they both still had 4 Pokemon remaining. I think it was 3 or 4, but both teams still had that, so it's like, you know, we want a conclusive win. Also, check out our video for our rules changes to what will happen if you get in that situation. If a game goes to time and there's not a clear winner, we have a new sudden death format that will decide the winner of that game. So I hope people enjoy that. I hope we don't have to use it, because I don't like games going to time. Your Boston Braviaries never go to time, that's for sure. But yeah, we docked a point from each of them just because all 3 games go to time. That's a little much. That's a little much. Also, Oklahoma in one of their games with New York went to time. This is the 3rd separate instance that Oklahoma's gone to time. So the rules committee suspended Cresselia for 1 week. Not that I think this one was necessarily Cresselia's fault. I think some of the earlier ones might have been Cresselia being a little stally, but you know, we've done this in the past before with teams that went to time multiple times. You know, it's just like, hey, stop it, cut out. All right, let's scroll down here. So we got another 3-3 team here, the Driftveil City Dragapults, rounding out our teams that are in position to make the playoffs. Then we get an unfortunate one here. The Memphis Muse actually got a forfeit loss this week. Both they and the Black City Zekroms forgot about their match on Saturday night. I gave them until Sunday, so I gave them an extra day to get the match together, or it would be a double forfeit, I told them. And Memphis graciously forfeited to Black City, which is really unfortunate for Memphis because they are in the playoff hunt, and getting that forfeit really stinks for them. But again, with both teams kind of forgetting to do their match, one of them had to either be the bigger person, both of them had to find time, or one of them had, or both would get forfeits. So what this means, though, is as we see New York and Buffalo both there at 1-5, Black City at 1-5, they're still in the playoff picture. I think they could end up 4-5. Now, it might be too little, too late here. We'll have to see what happens with some of these 3-3 teams, but getting this win, unfortunately, it's a forfeit win, so they don't get any points. But getting that kind of still keeps them in this. And then we got our 2-0-6 teams. What this also means is we won't have multiple winless teams because Black City got their win there, but LA and Tokyo also still have to face each other the last week of the season. So that could be, to not get bumped out of the majors here from the winner of the minor leagues. That could be what that battle's all about. We'll have to see that. All right, and then our top 10 Pokemon for the majors. Garchomp still on top. Ludicolo. We see several Boston Bravery Pokemon just, they just don't die, so they have a pretty good KD death ratio. Cresselia is still there, Salamence, and Porygon there, just dying a little too much, but it still is on there. So yeah, pretty not too many changes on there, kind of the Pokemon that you expected to be up there at this point in the season. So yeah, let me know what your thoughts are on the majors. Who do you like? Who do you not like? All that stuff. Let me know your thoughts on the rules changes. Definitely check out that video for sure. And this week coming up is the last week for free agents and trades in both the majors and the minors. So we'll probably have another podcast. I'll try and get some coaches on where we'll look at the final teams and be like, okay, who, we'll rank them again, S through C rank or whatever, and compare to the start of the season, who kind of improved their team, who kind of, didn't so much. And yeah, we'll see about that. But thanks for watching, everybody. Please leave a like. If you are not subscribed, please subscribe. And again, comment down below what teams you're rooting for as the regular season is closing out in just a couple weeks. Stay classy, society.